every South African children between the ages of 9 and 12 years has experimented with drugs.
I was in about standard 1 and I was already smoking cigarettes. A couple of months later, yaba, marijuana, weed, dacha, whatever you want to call it. And, it was progressive from then. That's where everything just kind of, went down the line.
And while you gasp and shake your head, consider that if you have 3 children in that age group, one of them has a good chance of being the one in 3. Langa cluster seemed to have everything: a good family, a comfortable lifestyle, private schools, and a drug habit that was starting to destroy his family, his relationships, and his future.
I went to a good school, a couple of good schools. Ubaba mina begaziwa, he was very prominent. He played his role in the community. While he's helping other people do things, while he's helping people to be self-sufficient, getting them to schools, getting them jobs, getting them bursaries, internships, and whatnot, I was busy messing up what he was building.
When your child starts doing that, you don't know. You do not notice quickly the behavioral changes. Sometimes you say, nah, that's nothing serious. You don't even know it is drugs, because drugs don't smell. Alcohol smells. When your child takes alcohol, the smell gets to you, it hits you very quickly. But when it comes to drugs are cunning.
Honestly speaking, Neritsuba and you're a small boy, you feel so cool, when you're in the crowd. You find it fun. You find it fun when you're young. And you laugh a lot, and things are still fun, because your brain is still intact. You don't know what damage it does to you.
When Langa started using drugs, it started very subtle. But now along the line, it took a different route. At some stage, I started noticing that now Langa's money consumption was quite high. And, a person goes to our father and says, "Hey, Dad, I need money." Our dad is that type of person who didn't really have time to, what do you want the money for? What are you going to buy? He wouldn't even ask, where's that thing that you said you're going to buy? He will just give you money and that's it.
A pinch of peer pressure and a touch of teenage boredom quickly escalated into a downward spiral of crime, chaos, and chemicals for Langa as his addiction began to take over his life. His life was now a series of lies and deceptions, and supporting his addiction, his only goal.
The lifestyle is So I ended up with these guys. These guys used to have wads of cash. Like, on a day, he'd easily make 5-10 grand in his pocket. Smoke it in one day, and the next morning, so wherever that we had to go, him being driver. And Jenga being driver, these guys, I would take them to wherever Labayo Panda corner. So Mabati, so Panda, so Shaya, Ifroti, Upina, but drive is the one time, and she had an ATM card. And I think it was Bebaka to call. You understand? It's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. We hadn't slept. She doesn't know how to use the ATM. And a friend of mine jumped out of the car. Trying to help her out to get money out of, the ATM to feed the kids. But for Tina, we never saw that. We just were thinking of our own selfish habits. And then he went across the road. Magabuya, he came back within 3 minutes. He came back with money in his hand and this card.
We all tell ourselves that our children are smarter than that we've set a good example and taught them well. But sometimes we just have to ask the questions we may not want answers to.
My son was a victim here. That's how I looked at it. My son, the victim. Not realizing that this is just not on.
Ngalesikhathi izinto besembedela ngalendlela yokuthi ubengasakwazi nokuzikhuza ulanga.
I forgot about being a doctor. I forgot about being, someone prominent in the community. And I focused on this, how can I say, this dark world, And we ended up, doing things. Beses chonja to support our habits. Singalali. Abazali bethu bahlale basikhuza, abanye bayagula. They get stress. They get a stroke because of izinto besizenza. Personally, that's what happened to me. And then manje sesiya emabhenki manje sesenza ama-fraud, ama-check, sesenza ama-credit card, we rob people.
I was scared of Langa. I was scared. I thought he was going to die. I really did. If he wasn't going to die, he was either going to kill me when he wants money. Those were the things that were going through my mind.